Jeff from 2Hex Garage. Well, we're back at Micah's shop doing a whole lot more work. Last night, as you guys saw, we ended up taking care of some brake bleeding and some of those little miscellaneous items. Mike is here today. We started the morning by looking at some just for electrical gremlins that we had going on. When you do these swaps, Mike was taking custom harness applications from the stock harness to the LS brain box and all that. He's way more good at explaining it, but basically he's splicing everything together. He's got a bunch of diagrams. He knows how to make it work. With that, we weren't able to get the gas gauge to work, and we were trying all this stuff of, testing resistance, going back and forth on this, looking at grounds. Do we have power here? What it ended up being was a bulkhead connector was loose. Micah went in and did that. Everything works just fine, so we're good there. So today is just going to be one of those days of the miscellaneous. Got some power steering lines we're going to redo and just take care of a bunch of little things. Like I said, those do add up, and if we do have time later on, we might actually start tackling that rear end. So with that, these guys are already working. I'm rambling, so we're going to get at it. All right, well, we went over and did a lot of visual checks, got everything in order, put some fluid in it. Mike worked on a tune, make sure everything works on that. So we are going to actually do a fire up. If you're seeing any little smoke come off there, that's just stuff that's burning off the header oil, grease, stuff that dripped on it. It's nothing major. We're just going to walk around here. They're just looking at the tune, different parameters of what's going on. So, yeah. It's just running off a tune.
Yep.
Kind of show you what we got going on here. So what Mike has got, he's got his whole little tuning set up here. And the last time this thing fired, didn't let it run a whole lot. We're actually going to get this thing kind of up to an operable temperature and all that. So basically this is just telling everything we need to know. And yeah, we're just getting to that point where make sure everything works right. Actually sounds pretty good. See how why we do this? I'll just set the camera up, let it do some recording. There we go. Runs good, sounds nice. Now that was still in the closed loop system, so it wasn't actually doing anything like off the oxygen sensor and all that. So that's why it was at that idle. Once this thing is at a fully operational temperature and ready to go, you'll be able to hear that cam chop chop, because this does have a Texas speed cam in it. One thing we do need to do is we need to wire up some fans, but we just wanted to make sure it's going to fire, work right. Mike is over there going over some tuning stuff. So with that, we're going to get back to work. See you in a few. Well, this is end up going to be a two-part video. Today hasn't gone as well as we initially planned. First off, we were chasing down some of the electrical gremlins, and it ended up being something easy. We started moving on to some other things. As you saw, it did start, all that just fine, sounds good. We're going to get the cooling fan set up, which is being worked on now. But the biggest thing we had going on today was when we were checking brake light switches and all that, the actual brake light itself wasn't working. So we ended up determining was going through, because mind you, this is Project 9194, because some parts were from a 94 and this is a 91. The actual brake booster on this is a 91 with 94 parts. And what mattered on that a lot was there's a brake switch that sits on here. And when this thing that's connected to the actual brake pedal moves, it slides a little bit and hits this switch. Well, if you see here, there's a hole here and it's a certain size. This is actually slightly different than the 94. Like I said, this is a 91. The 94 is a little bit more big. And what happens is that little bit of distance there has a little bit of place. When you initially hit your brake pedal, it just moves a little bit and it engages that switch and carries along with it. Kind of a pain in the butt, take in and out. Had to run in town and get it. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're going to end the video today with that. We're wiring up cooling fans, going to make sure and get a heat cycle through it, make sure everything works. We're hoping to have all that in one video, but it is what it is. Welcome to the world of hot rodding. Not everything likes to play nice, but you know what? If you can get through this type of stuff, you can get through anything. So while the little things are kind of holding us up today, it's been kind of chaotic. We're still making progress. So with that, we will see you for part 2 of this video. See you soon.